What's up, Fanbase family? This is Ron here. Hope we're enjoying the conversation thus far for our April 3rd edition of the Fanbase Finance Audio Room. So let me get right to the business and finance news stories for the week. So number one, implementation of U.S. tariffs and the global market reaction. So President Donald Trump announced the implementation of broad tariffs ranging from 10% to 49%. On imports key global trading partners that was effective yesterday on April the 2nd. Dubbed Liberation Day, these tariffs aim to incentivize domestic manufacturing, but have also sparked widespread criticism from major economies, including the European Union, China, Japan, Germany, and some others. These nations have condemned the move as protectionist and harmful to global economic stability, with some considering some retaliatory measures. The announcement has led to significant volatility in the global stock markets, with Asian markets experiencing noticeable declines. Number two, the U.S. stock market experiences volatility among the tariff concerns. So the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ composite posted their worst quarterly performances since 2022. Wow. Reflecting investor concerns over the administration's economic policies, the S&P 500 declined by 4.6% in the first quarter, closing at 5,611.85, while the NASDAQ composite experienced similar declines. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, however, rose by 417 points, or 1%, on March the 31st. So the market remains volatile as investors assess potential impacts of the new tariffs. Number three, surge in gold prices among economic uncertainty. So gold has surged to record highs, surpassing $3,175 per ounce as investors seek safe haven assets amid escalating trade tensions and market volatility. This increase reflects growing concerns over the potential economic impact of the newly announced tariffs that I mentioned. Number four, hedge funds reduce exposure to tech stocks. So in anticipation of the tariffs, hedge funds have been reducing their exposure to technology stocks at the fastest pace in 6 months. This move indicates concerns about the sector's vulnerability to increased trade barriers and potential supply chain disruptions. Number five, Canadian gasoline prices drop following carbon tax removal. So in Canada, gasoline prices have declined significantly following the removal of consumer carbon taxes. The average price dropped from 155 cents per liter to 143.6 cents per liter, which further decreases anticipated. The policy change is expected to result in consumer savings of over £500 annually. Number six, legal challenges over the EPA's cancellation of green bank grants. So a federal judge has questioned the legality of the EPA's rapid termination of $200 billion in green bank grants that were initially awarded to nonprofits under the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act. The case highlights tensions between previous climate initiatives and the current administration's policy shifts. So this is one that's kind of in my wheelhouse on the CDFI space, where some of that money was granted. So we'll see what happens. And number seven, Chinese banks announced major recapitalization plans. So several Chinese state-owned banks have announced plans to raise a combined total of 520 billion yuan, which is 71.7 billion in, of course, dollars, through private placement. The move aims to strengthen their capital reserves and better manage asset quality amid a slowing economy and challenges in the real estate sector. So those are sort of the news pieces today. One last thing I want to end in is for myself. So River City Capital, I decided to provide a grant to the Black Housing Coalition this past Friday of $60,000. And really the purpose of this is to support the Black Housing Coalition that's out of Chicago, but does some work here in Memphis. They've created an Emerging Developers Academy. And in that academy, men and women, black men and women, are going to be able to go and not just get licensed to become, general contractors and developers, but they're going to learn everything around how to create their capital stack and how to be able to do a development from soup to nuts here in this Memphis community. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about working with the Academy, and I'm excited and grateful for the opportunity to be able to provide the $60,000 grant to the Black Housing Coalition. So that's part of the work that we do here as we try to revitalize some of the emerging markets and provide capital for those that are outside sort of traditional lending frameworks and systems. So that's your news for today, Ron. Let's get back to the conversation. Fanbase Finance.